Boom. We need a lighter. Stay where you are. Oh shit. Me and you.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend? Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Here you go, my brother.
Thank you, my fine sister.
Oh my god, we find. Okay, I'm glad that like my Virgo spirit was just gonna like be like, girl, do this right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for setting this up. I feel. I'm glad we're positioned properly. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's super good. Feels pretty. It feels elevated but spacious. Like we all have our ability to be our own sovereign beings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Feels like this bar has a good little use. Yeah, I mean, staying alive. It's like 91 or 97. Either way, that's ridiculous. That's how hot it is inside.
Yeah.
Temperature check.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, people. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. We are here with none other than probably planet Earth's like coolest, newest, hottest, coolest time in Texas. Nothing coming from you with you. What?
Yeah.
That was what it was giving,
Wow.
though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's giving for sure. Live and direct. Like
I was really trying to say, coming to you from the capital city.
coming to you from the capital city. Yeah, we're here. We're out here.
We're here in Tethered Studios, Dolphin Boy Records here with us. None other than the CEO. I'll let Hamothy tell about himself and then identify himself however he wants to in this current moment. But yeah, who knows what day it is? Oh, I do. It's September 11th, 2023.
Yeah, 2023 in Austin, Texas. I'm Dennis, and yeah, I'm the CEO of Dolphin Boy Records. So yeah, that's me. That's
you, my dude.
yeah. We're
CEO, founder. I mean, what do you feel like that means to you? What do you think it means to hold that title?
It means it's just the title that I feel like is it holds, I guess, just the weight of where I've been and what the hell is, I guess, you know, like it's what I've, I mean, it's just says what it is, you know, so.
Yeah, and that's very Dolphin Boy Records. Dolphin Boy Records is talking at you, and if you didn't know, now you know. You should probably just keep up.
Yeah.
I love that. So I guess we could just get started because I don't want to ask you too many questions that we didn't really connect over earlier. But so, what is the most important thing that you feel like you have learned about free will?
The most important thing
Bro to bro.
Yeah. That it's happening right here. That I'm the person that I really am, living and embodying my free will. So I'm choosing this. That's definitely what I feel like I learned through this experience.
That's fucking real as shit. You heard it here, folks. This is the most important thing you can know about free will, is that it is happening right now.
Yeah.
And that's huge. I mean that puts us in a perspective that makes me think about how imagine being somebody who, like, that's not your preset. Like, you don't know, you don't feel the need to believe that my free will is being orchestrated right the fuck now. This doesn't make you responsible for anything.
Yeah.
So that, you know, be a victim, if you will.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, that's Yeah, I mean that's the only thing. It's like you always gotta remember, because at the end of the day you are choosing what's going on. So, however it's happening, even if you do feel victimized, I mean, to a degree you created the experience, even if it's just your own dharma or karma just coming back. Like, it's what you created. So, free will would just be, I feel like free will is that recipe, is that like, or is the like link that makes it, because that's it's an instrument you play. It's
Bro, I was thinking about Homegirl. I was like, wow, like, yeah.
Yeah.
In that interview, bro. Give me a little bit of water, please.
Yes.
Profound. I mean, real shit, though.
I believe
Why do I feel like when it goes interview mode that it has to be like a real shit? Like, that's a total person. Like,
yeah, that's
so
cool.
anyways, cancel cleared it. This isn't like
No, I mean, but
106 in Park.
This is Dolphin
Be
Boy
serious.
Studios, bro. We're like right here. Yeah,
But that's what the free will is. What the
no,
fuck?
you're
Why
right,
am I
though.
choosing
You're right.
that?
Because as soon as like
Because
we go live and direct, then it does like you feel the like.
You feel the what?
Like,
Exactly.
I'm happy on Dr. Phil, like.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. No.
You know?
Yeah.
So maybe we needed to listen to that for a second. Like, that's what this conversation is about. Like, just genuinely, like, yeah, well, it's happening right now. So your titty fits, like, all me, like, all my reverberations.
And and then I feel like it's just like you can actually like come into balance, because there's like grounding and acceptance of like what is right now, because then you gotta like, and I feel like there's like honoring of it, because it's like, even though however I did feel as we're like rolling and starting, I'm like, whatever, I just
Right, what the fuck ever, bro.
Ever,
because it's my choice.
It's my choice.
And I'd rather be a what the fuck ever ass bitch.
Yeah, and right now it's happening, so we're out here.
I know, because that's the whole thing. Like, we're so mad. We're so, like, we don't, like, we know what we know. We know the answers, right? Which is, like, you know what's coming to you, so what are you tripping about? And then you still trip anyways, and it's just because it's, like, you feel like the way that things are playing out is not going to lead you to where you thought you were going to be tonight, you know, or what you thought you were going to be doing by today.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time, it's like, actually, no, you're right. It is going to lead you to what you're going to do today. The whole way to activate that is to believe, like, yo, this stream right here is the one that gets us right to it. That's why I was tweaking over it. That's why it was like, well, at the end of the day, being a bitch about it was something special, because now we're in the proper place, in the proper lighting, having a proper conversation that's reflecting the truth of who we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, it can be no production, like, hello, documentary, boom. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
We just, I didn't even give a framework, but we're going to do 21 questions. We just hit number 1, like, the people are blessed. So number 2, how do you think love found you in your life?
I would say by true, like, honestly, true, not even, like, I want to say true surrender, but like not even surrendering. It's more just like, because I wasn't surrendering to love, or to not having love, or either or. It was like really surrendering all entirely to just like what it was, because I don't think I was very, I mean, consciously I would have thought I was really like receptive to receiving love at the times that I would say in my life that I really received all the love I was looking for. But then I like go back and like when I reflect on like what I was really doing, it was just, I was just at a place of like full acceptance and honesty and kind of just integration of that, like where it's, like when you don't really, because then I feel like it's like you're not even, it's when you're really not even looking or thinking of that you receive what feels, at least for me, I feel like that's how I felt like I received that feeling of,
I feel like you just shared the golden hidden key of love. Like what I pulled from what you're saying is like the best way love comes or is initiated through the honest way. the true path. Like, you don't, like, love is an automatic response to your authentic truth, you know? So if you want to produce that outcome, you may not even have to really consciously focus on, like, what it's going to look like or how it's going to come. If you just start being you, everything is love.
Then that's, and that's what's true for you, and everything is love. I mean, you are, like, it's not even, like, if that's what's true for you, because really, everything is love, so...
Right.
Yeah, it's just surrendering to it though, like, because you have to let it in and accept it, and
yeah.
So that is how.
I love that. 3. If there were a prophecy over your life, hypothetically, allegedly, what would it be? The people are dying to know.
Prophecy on my life would be it would be to
Sponsored by Spray Bottle.
It's like I integrate all the note, everything I embody that I'm like, I feel like it would just be, I mean, I feel like I guess clearing of like all the things that I came into this life bearing. And
okay, so that's the moral of it. Write it like a prophecy. Like, there's gonna be a boy born to the second son. Like, you have to write it like a prophecy.
Damn. Well,
we know you know the point of the fucking prophecy, but we need the story, bro. We need something to tell our children, because we're seeing the Christ consciousness, the crystalline consciousness. So the people want to know, what's the prophecy? What's the word, Dolphin Boy?
Yeah, so, I mean, it would be to fucking literally bridge this gap.
Tell me like I don't know
know.
anything, but just start me somewhere.
To be the...
That's what you're doing. You're speaking in wisdom, but like, you, as in you have to start with, the prophecy starts with, like, I'm going to be born.
Okay, but yeah, like, I'd like create the... It's not even to create the...
Baby, is that how you tell a story to a child?
No, it's not. I mean...
Then tell a story to a child. It has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right. Like,
come on, bro.
Right,
he's
like,
playing all y'all because this is the young poet laureate. He wrote like, James and the Giant Beetle.
Yeah. It's like...
or Lewis and the Giant Beetle, excuse me. I said James and the Giant Beetle.
Lewis and the Giant Beetle. Yes.
But you know your work.
Yeah.
So...
yeah.
Stop playing with them.
Yeah, no, okay, it's to fucking do my work, to fucking...
Baby, why are you talking to me like a thug?
Yeah.
You don't start this story with a woman named Patricia. I'm going to start the story for you.
Yeah.
A woman named Patricia. Fell in love with a man named Dennis.
And
that's where our story begins.
That is where our story begins. And
fast forward, love leads to marriage.
I'm like literally this son of my like I have the namesake of my father because I'm born on his birthday. So I feel like that prophecy of just really being the that's something that like in one dimension of my world was like spoken on me, and then there's just there's what I my soul is.
Well, now we have to connect it. Like, the thing is, it might seem like you and your dad are worlds apart in terms of what you both do in the terms of your day-to-day as grown men, but they're connected.
Yeah.
So that's what fascinated me, was there's just this immediate spirit that I saw all up on your birth,
Yeah.
You know, and I resonated with that because, you know my birth. So it felt like kindred comfort, and it felt like, wow, we gotta know what the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
What's the truth? Because you're living this fucking existence, which exposes the reality. And then there's your dad and what he's living, that exposes the reality. So then you're going to just be able to connect with the wisdom of the reality to answer your own sort of Pandora's box, sort of.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I feel like the wisdom that I have right now is what my prophecy is to really just go in. I feel like everything that I'm trying to think of, it's really just what I'm doing. I feel like
that is a prophecy that, like, studying with something you have to consciously carve because it's so carved.
Yeah.
It's a life path 9. You were born on the day of your father's birth.
Yeah. So really, however this took place, I didn't, when I really came into this world, I feel like I just also, I feel like, I knew there was very much, one lane for me, but I feel like until I, had that, understanding, I wasn't really, it could be, I'm not gonna really, pursue anything or care about anything, so
then
I feel
we're playing with abundance and, things of that nature. Just what you need to activate,
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess, I feel like knowing what I do, fuels, it's not just that fuels, it's I just trust, because it's something that, it connects me to source, it's something that connects me to God that I don't even know a lot of times when I'm so then I just meet that, and if I follow that, I feel it's like surrendering to love,
Yes.
And so I would say that is the prophecy that, I don't know if that's even
surrender to love.
Surrender to love, because I also know the karma I came into.
Because you did really have to surrender to get love.
In other lifetimes I was really struggling with, this, I think just the isolation and wanting to, almost just not, I would prove, I didn't need, I think I would just really leave myself on an island, and I know how much, in this lifetime, that's why I just, have the karma I have, the imprint I have, and I just, but
Yes.
Yeah. That's it.
We're going to pause and take a water break, and then we're going to cut the clip, check on the battery life.
Water break.
Perfect. Give us a cheers. That was a perfect cheers.
Yeah.
Really great run. I mean, you see where this is going.
Yeah.
Water break. All right, y'all. Had a good interview today. I level up on him. Woo! Hydration break.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just ran 10 miles. You don't know. We're back with none other than Dennis, founder, CEO, extraordinaire. Dolphin Boy Records.
Always available here.
Always available, right? Here, I love it. Okay, we're gonna jump right back in. The first question is a real, it's a banger. So, what would you say you learned from a time when you needed to deeply heal from some sort of self-harm behavior, action, outburst,
The time I needed to learn from it.
Or what would you say you've learned from moments where you've just had to heal for a deep healing, you know what I mean? But something that you were teaching yourself is a better way to say it.
Totally.
So I don't even want to put it in a box of harm, but you were the person piloting the lesson, blessing, whatever.
I think learning, it honestly ties to, I could tie it to the free will,
Love
we
it.
was touched on earlier.
We did touch on it.
Because I feel like that really is like there's a lot of the times I feel like any like really all the like harsh lessons I feel like I learned in this life were always about that, like honestly, yeah, like something I initiated myself, like I opened a door or planted a seed or something inauthentic that I then was gonna like learn later or through. I mean, if I just stayed in, like, because a lot of times too I would initiate such a, like, I just knew, like, I feel like for me, like, it's funny, just the rat on your shirt, I feel like it's perfect for, I feel like that energy of just how much I needed to, like, just survive, yeah, and navigate through my world at the cost of not really, like, concerning, like, what the cost was, so I would maybe, like,
Right.
go too far in things, or, you know,
Yeah.
hurt myself really in that way. Like self-harm was like, I would just be like end up in places that I'm like, how did I, like, why, like bringing myself unnecessary wounds that I don't need to necessarily to have.
I feel like what you learned from that was that was something you were doing. I feel like you're talking about the consciousness of that, having consciousness where you didn't want to have consciousness, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what's so universal about why you had to go through that and then be the person to tell us that you went through that. Because so many of us fucking struggle with, you know, how we behaved, how we navigated through life when we didn't know what the fuck time it was.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Question number 5. On a lighter note, tell us what makes someone a booby boy. In your own words. No walls, no boundaries, no boxes. There's no right answer here.
Makes you a fucking legend to be a booby boy. I feel like it's just like it's like you just fucking, it's a high score, it's a high ranking, it's like.
Yes.
It's a fucking, yeah.
That question was inspired by your Cancer moon. That's the one place when I will reveal.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny if someone were to just pick out like of your, like if someone's trying to define you by your Cancer moon, like, you know what people think, they I don't know if they think that what they're seeing, that's maybe why I'm saying it.
But yeah, I'm a Cancer moon. Yeah, so it's like I mean, yeah, I feel like the waters.
Yes, but mother's waters. The water we receive from the mothers directly, that's a booby boy. So that's why you're high ranking, because yeah, in the third dimension it might be titties, but energetically it's just someone who's got this umbilical cord of divine knowledge, and they just get it by the fucking faucet. Is essentially, it's like a tap for a baby. Babies are drunk.
True. Yeah. No, it's really like.
Or
honestly,
children. I don't just want to put babies in the box. Anybody who's drinking boobies, theoretically, energetically, physically, you're just getting the nutrients.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, in terms of if you're made up of that DNA, that's just more of that living DNA giving you, like, and that's what milk is, and that's why it's kind of fishy.
Yeah.
You know, other animals' milk.
Yeah.
Because you know they'd have some shit to say. You know they have shit to say.
They absolutely, yeah.
I'm not even gonna
that's
hold
why you
y'all.
think is, it's the connections to the fucking, yeah.
Free all my cows, bro. Free the bull gang.
Yeah.
Love that. You heard it here first. Booby boy. Certified.
Certified.
Yeah. It's number 6. Best thing about being a husband.
Best thing about being a husband would be there's a lot of good. I mean, I guess the best thing is that it's I guess just like, I mean, objectively being a husband, like, if that's what it is, like.
It's not anything. It's what it is for you.
Yeah, like for me.
We don't give a fuck about Dale and what he thinks about being a husband. We want to know what you think about being a husband.
Being a husband is. It's like very. It's incredible. I mean, it's amazing.
That could be the best thing. The fact that it's incredible and amazing.
Yeah, it's like it's a good It's the type of thing. I mean, yeah.
You're placing a lot of things. Now you're saying who you're married to is like the best thing. You're saying a lot of things.
Yeah, like.
I mean, I see it. Doesn't there? What is the best like? And for me, like, if I would answer this question, like, because it's all good. Because that's the only reason you'd be doing it. If it was all good, like, there's no bad reason. Why would I be doing something that's bad? There's no bad reason. There's no reason that I didn't come to this for anything bad. I really didn't. Like, some people have such a hard time believing, like, you really. I don't want the smoke, bro. I just want to.
That's facts.
I just want to lay up with this person. I don't want to fight him.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Yeah, I didn't.
Maybe some of y'all, but not this one.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
But for me, I would say, like, the fact that it lasts forever. That's what I fuck with the most. Like, marriage said that. There's not a lot of things that say I want to be with somebody fucking forever. And marriage does say that. So I agree. Because I have that. And you may not understand it. You may not, like...
Yeah.
You whatever. You may not even be able to conceptualize it. But the way that we are opening up more support for past versions of ourselves right now, which will in turn, to anyone who feels touched by this or resonates with this, they feel emboldened in their steps because it was fucking alien, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're saying husband?
Yeah.
What?
No, it's like, I guess it's like, that's why I was like, just, I mean, to be on record thinking of like how I feel like to be a husband, like that's something I just like, I mean, I feel like I get to just be because it's really where I am. Like,
Period.
I just chose, like,
well, I am what I am,
I just chose this path. Like,
yeah, you did.
It's just so, it's like, that's what it is. That's why I live it. So, I mean, yeah, because that is the part. I mean, nobody's fucking, you only do this if you choose it and if you really, like, want that. Then that's why it's like, I think, like, I mean, yeah, for some, there's really, for me, it's yeah, with that being said, it's just like, you could see that it's just like, that's why I did
In
it.
conclusion,
like,
to be frank, as an Aries rising, that's why I did it. I'm obsessed. Just to put it frankly, to quite literally in my sentence, that's why I did do that.
That's what it
and
is.
You ate.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's really all, like...
You did it. Yeah, that's all we're saying. Like, there's no fight in that. It was a peace dub. It was a peaceful position.
Absolutely.
Love that question.
Yeah.
Question number 7. What legacy are you currently leaving in your life? Currently,
a legacy of innovation. Yeah.
Why was that cool the easiest thing for you to answer? You even put the currently, just to stall us out a little bit, because you were that sure. It's a legacy of innovation, folks. You heard it here first. You are innovative. Ew, don't you hate a bitch who gets on the microphone and says you are one of the most innovative minds of our generation, but that is what you do in practice.
Yeah.
You really do innovate sonically. You always tell us that. You're like, I don't want you to, don't talk shit about me. I'm telling you I'm doing that. You can't, it's like, you're going to call out Dennis for innovating. You say, you're doing a good one, because we already knew.
Right.
It's not what you're doing. Okay, I get it. You're making a classical composition. Whatever the fuck you're doing what you're doing. I'm innovating. That doesn't even have a box. That doesn't even have to do with music. Maybe I'm just innovating in that. I'm just using sound. Don't get hurt. I just was just feeling all the energy off of that statement alone.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's what really people are going to think about. They're going to be like, well, he did say that, and that's what you're going to do.
I mean...
That's so fucked up.
Like, it's...
You slayed it. Question number 8. Keep them wanting more. No, name somewhere people may be surprised you've been. Ooh. Tell us something juicy.
Really?
The world is your oyster.
Say rehab.
Rehab. Wow.
Rehab.
When did you go to rehab?
19.
19, folks. There you go. 7 years ago. It's a success. That's a good one. I mean, like, that's not an intuitive download. Like, it's not like people are gonna look at him and be like, for sure. Like, you're pretty signed, sealed, and delivered in the blood. You know what I mean? You've been reborn. So thanks for revealing that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Any other places people might be surprised you've been?
Yeah. In Switzerland.
Period, Pooh. Let them know that you're not broke, though. Like, bring it. You said, had a good interview today. Been a level up on them. Like, you dropped the mic with rehab and picked it up and called them poor by saying Switzerland. Yeah, the story is nuanced. Don't put me in a box, bitch.
For real.
Bro, for real. Like, get him off your back, bro. Get him off your back.
For real, like.
I hate the bitch who thinks they know me. Yeah. It's sickening. It's literally sick. Anyways. Really great answer there. 9. Can you define what a judgment is in your own words, in your opinion, in your jurisdiction, if you will?
A judgment.
A judgment. It can be as simple as like a Webster's food for the soul. Or it can be, you know, something really specific to you, but a judgment.
Conclusion.
Period.
Like,
No. We're not going to talk about whether it's right or wrong.
A conclusion, like, that someone is just, like, formed on, somebody, like, cast upon somebody that you, like, not an assumption. I mean, it could be an assumption, but it's really, like...
A judgment really does, you did spark on something because it does close something for you. You don't lose, like, when you start judging something, like, you're indicating, I don't want this, like, because you're othering it, or you're judging
you've already indicated.
So you're indicating you don't want to keep contributing to that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so it's very much a statement of, like, othering what it is, like, dividing between...
So if you're not really ready for that smoke, because it's not good or bad.
Yeah. In the sense, I mean, just because there's, like, judgments of, like, really, judgments of every kind, though, are what that is.
Conclusive,
like, cause you're just, you've made an assumption or...
you have enough data to close
to
what
form,
to understand what you need to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And that is everyone's sovereign right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is your right to judge this, because it is about the I am. You are tethered to a body, so you do take up a identity. It doesn't matter if it's imaginary or not. It's not God-given, sure. Like the woman, lady, she, man in the streets that you see cutting it up in the office. Yeah. But it is still something that prescribes this life to you. The world you're creating is your responsibility. Love that, Dennis. Love it. Number 10. Recall a significant rebirth you've undergone.
I would say 2020. The rebirth of 2020. That was a pretty significant one.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it was just like, I mean, there was so many rebirths I could say follow that, but like that rebirth kind of shifted just to where I'm at now, I'd say, like, entirely, because it's very much an end, like, of, I mean, yeah, like, things that happened then definitely had me just, you know.
You could say it was a judgment day, if you will.
Yeah, it was a judgment day, for sure.
Because it concluded, like, that's what 2020 was. It's like we just stopped living a certain way.
Yeah, it was like.
Which I feel like everybody's gonna say, but really, like for us, like if you knew.
It ties really back to all of it, because the free will that like led us to like certain things. It's like, yeah, you just know with free will. Also, you're like walking. Like at one point there will be Judgment Day, so just remember Judgment Day. Like, you know, like, because I feel like.
Because whatever you're doing will be judged.
Yeah, because so that's, you know, in terms of like how lessons learned from that. I mean, go to what this is. It's like how I say that's led me to a rebirth, the biggest rebirth, because I think like what I went through Judgment Day was now just like, I mean, I could only move forward from like where I was, and so to do that, I mean, it sometimes feels like you gotta really pick up pieces or do things very scatteredly, but that's what you are. That's like you. It's your bed, so.
Yeah. Brilliant. You just gave me so many visions. Okay, 11. Tell us a fortune you know is coming to you. That's crazy, because I was just saying I got so many visions while you were talking. And now I'm asking you to tell me a fortune you know.
The fortune I know is coming to me is that.
Speak loudly.
Excuse me, yeah. The fortune that I know is coming to us, to me, is that the home that we are about to move into, our family is about to.
That's a level up on them.
That's a level up on them, man.
Had a good interview today.
After this good interview, you know
had a good interview today. And a level up on them. Yes. Yeah, that's very true. Home to follow, but.
Home to follow, because.
Because look how we do this home. We've been a level up on.
Yeah. How
Hey.
to do that.
Yeah.
How you see the.
Yeah.
For real.
It's a regular sized desk interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's time, and that's really what it is. I feel like I knew that, like, we know that fortune, and we honor, we steadfast. Like,
Ski. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
12. What do you typically do when you meet your match in anything, at any time, whenever you just feel like you're meeting your match?
I vibrate.
Yurt!
Yeah.
They call it vibrating. I love it. You heard it here first. Let's just move right along. 13. Can you express how it feels to you when a new door opens? When a bus open too, like not even like
a new door bus right open.
Like boom, like oh my gosh, she showed me her panties.
Shit, I just receive it, to be honest.
Period.
I just turn up. I just level up on them.
I just level
I
up.
just lie back. Like, I just really spread.
Wow, you are that type of dude.
Just because really the way that was described, the way that was given to me, it's like, if it's just given to you on a plate, like, then you're just,
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Chef's kiss on them.
Mm-hmm. Because otherwise, yeah, you just miss it. So yeah.
Exactly.
So get it while it's hot.
Served. Love it. 14. Name a time you knew you were the villain. I would just say right now, because of that stain, I sort of congealed to like one bib of water. Like, yeah, it looked like a turtle.
I had to just level up.
I had to level up.
You know what it was? It was getting hot, and we had to, but shit. Yeah, absolutely. When I freaking just like sometimes it was, it's like damn. It's like I guess one time that's coming to mind is fucking when I got.
There's a lot of, you don't gotta be the heaviest.
Yeah, you're right. Like that's what I'm like. I'm trying to think light, cause I was a villain. Like, I feel like I really frequent my villain area. So like, in the sense of.
So dare I say, there he is, The devil in a gray blusa.
With water.
With a little water drip.
Yeah, like, cause that's the movie boy in it. Cause that's like, I mean.
That's what sets you apart.
But not for real. Like, I mean, I just feel like there are times when I'm learning these lessons. I mean, we could go like every year, like 2020. I was kind of playing villain a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I mean.
Just to level up on them.
Just to level up on them one time, like.
Yeah. It's understood.
Level up on them, so you saw it fit.
Perfect. 15. Share a time when something being blocked was a huge blessing.
When it's like not in alignment, you know, it's a huge blessing. So, you know.
Damn, that's real shit.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, that's so really the times that you know, when you're learning a lesson, or sometimes it feels harsh, and it may not feel, but it's really like you skirt, and it's like you realize later, like, oh.
Just envision a spiritual bypasser on your left shoulder, like, girl, it don't matter anyway, because it wasn't even for you. Like, you could just fuck something up and it ended. But if it ended, it was really not even meant to last. No matter how it ended, it wasn't going to last.
Yeah, it wasn't going to last. And
sometimes you can't level up on them.
Sometimes.
And it's a huge blessing.
Yeah.
It's what we're saying. There's something sad about it.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's like what it is. That's the lesson that's the blessing in the lesson. Like, so
yes.
Just level up on them.
Just
yeah.
Exactly. 16. What's one way your wife has shifted your perspective? I wonder who read that. But that's free for you to say. I mean, yeah. For the better, excuse me. Because we don't care about the ways that I fucked your shit up.
She's shifted my perspective and my just overall, just my surroundings, my understanding for the better in massive ways through just through her psychic abilities, through the gifts of that, like being with a soul partner that is so intrinsic to like who I am. Like I feel like I feel so free by everything that she is, like just like living, like getting to experience her is like experiencing everything, is remembering more about myself, like into getting more. And so I would really, I mean, I don't know if that's like, because yeah, directly, I mean there's so many, like I would also say her beauty.
There you go.
Her love.
Beauty does make you
for me
have a positive outlook. I mean, for real though.
Yeah, I mean, what I see in her is
so you get around something beautiful, you really.
Yeah.
What is you living for?
Really not seeing anything beautiful in yourself, because I mean that's really like I was not really seeing anything beautiful in myself until I had something to see, or something that was reflecting to me, like. And
it really was that you did the work first.
Mm-hmm.
Or that you really maybe even you also maybe naturally always have a self-regard, and that you're just masking or pretending or protecting that. And like in your regard with your trauma response, that kind of did shift your life into a new like timeline completely. Like it doesn't go back to what it was. That would make sense. Like you naturally might be someone who is very, has self-love, which I will also say. This is the part where I say like, don't do this shit at home. Like you gotta really like.
Yeah.
It really is based on your self-work, because if we did find each other at 20, like it doesn't mean like whoa a miracle. It really means like we're those guys. Like we're them. Like that's us.
Yeah.
Like we're advanced. We're leveling up on them. We're different. We can see things. We can do things. Like I didn't take it as like, oh wow, like what? Who's that? Play myself? I would never do it.
Yeah.
I would never do that, because what I'm doing isn't something that everybody can do.
Yeah, like when it's as soon as you you see in front of you, that's God, like that's the universe, that's your higher self letting you know, like here you are. So get it's time to like, that's the next assignment. That's like not that's like that's what you should be focusing on, because
that's why you were building the whole self concept.
Yeah, and that's why I trust. I mean, yeah, like when love found me, it was at a time when I knew there was also like there was nothing else to other than like I can receive that love and like act like there was anything, you know, like else that should take my focus over this. Like it's like this love is really like pretty important. So with what it connects me to. So, you know, and it's the way in which like when you also, I feel like, have a love too that like is aligned to you, you know, and it's so what you want is actually like you're getting it back, like you're receiving what you actually desire, or and not even just like talking about from another person. I just mean out of your life, like you can experience it. Like, do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel, you know, like. So I feel like as those things come back, and you know, I know that kind of went off in like not a direction.
It's okay. I just got another vision personally, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm positive there was a huge message in that. It just means you were channeling. It doesn't mean you weren't saying something important. Yeah, we can just keep chugging right along.
Yeah.
In conclusion, Alexis has shifted your perspective for the better, and many beautiful, nuanced ways that are interconnected.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
17. What does being seen feel like to you?
Feels like, yeah, it feels like not needing to move, not needing to do anything without, you know, and to have that reflection of being seen, like I mean, I guess it's not always necessarily needing to be told, like, you're seen by people, because a lot of times the people that want to say that are the people that don't see you at all.
Yeah.
If they're telling you they see you, like, you probably don't see them. But, like, if you just, sometimes it's just that feeling of knowing, like, when you're, I mean, it's like Archangel, who is it? That's,
Anyways.
like, yeah, just describing the fucking Metatron, that's like describing like everyone's actions, like it's just like that, like, you know, just like that energy of just being seen for your.
So, being seen to you feels like something that is almost autopilot. That it almost doesn't, like, you really would just see like resonance or mirrors of being your seenness, like being seen is like an intrinsic internal space. It seems like. Because you're saying, like, as from the perspective of, like...
Just, like, I mean, yeah,
you are always seen. You're saying, like, the truth is you're never not seen, so you should feel seen right now?
Yeah. I mean, to a degree, yeah.
Well, just because you brought up, like, Metatron is recording all of our deeds, right?
Yeah.
And so everything you're doing is recorded, because it does create something.
Yeah.
Which is a judgment.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, there is that, like, that's really what I guess, I feel like being seen in the sense of, like, from another person. I mean, all I could ask from them is that it's, you know, not...
Or I guess maybe I could even almost see, like, being seen as being reinforced by that. Like, being reinforced by, like, when I feel like I'm being seen in practice, like, say when I met my wife or when I met my husband, I knew I was being seen because it felt like Metatron, like, they could tell me, like, they stick up for me, or they account for my existence in a factual way, in a way that is true to what you believe the reality of it was.
Yeah.
And it's almost like when I see or feel that, that's when I know I'm being seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's...
You know, almost like your witness.
Yeah. Yeah, like a witness to what I am spiritually, and not, you know, just also beyond just what I'm.
And what does that make you feel? Like, knowing that you have that, when you have that witness, what does that feel? Or when you're getting gifted that witness, or if right now this video produces many witnesses to come, like, your way?
I feel, I mean, gifted to receive that. Like, you know, like I feel like
Good.
yeah, I invite like just because really
Because we know.
Yeah.
Because they already know. If you feel like they would have witnessed you, they would have witnessed all of this. So we're just setting the record straight right now with Tethered Studios. That's us. But we're setting the record straight right now so that everyone can also support you in feeling seen. We're doing so good. Question 18. Let's go, team. What's one thing you do society may deem very taboo right now? Or not very taboo, but just taboo.
I would say that the psychic arts.
Psychic arts, slay. Love it. Question number 19. Tell us the most valuable piece of advice you've ever received. Emphasis on the valuable.
Valuable piece of advice? To give. I would say to make a home for yourself, like to reside in, to make a life, a nest, an environment, create spaces that are for you, not for a fake version or something that is, you know, an idea or something that, because checking boxes does nothing for literally anybody.
Hoorah, hoorah, Kubira. We love you, Kubira. Yeah, I love that. That's brilliant. Question 20. Only two more. How has life surprised you recently?
In a lot of ways, by the love received from the gang, from the fucking team, like from just like, you know, like I'm like, damn, support like that, like, but I
level up on them.
Level up on them, you know, have a good interview today, you know, like.
We did have a good interview
Yeah,
today.
but that, and I also think,
well, thank you to the team. I mean, we were just talking about how life has surprised you recently.
Yeah, how life has surprised me recently. Yeah, I was saying by the love and support, but really more so.
Sorry. He was off the leveling up.
Level
You were literally just focused on leveling up.
Yeah.
And you forgot you were giving an interview. It's all good, bro.
But I get surprised by like the way all of this just like will happen in the sense of the unseen element of like what's, you know, like
You really never know what could come next.
you never know. So I mean, cause yeah, like that's why it's like it's not about just citing like each specific memory of like time. I mean, I could, but it's like I know also there's like deep Akashic, like to really like the just like I love like
Absolutely. Going straight to the top. And the final question. What is your greatest accomplishment?
I
asked you 21 questions. Yeah, and now we're done. So what's your greatest accomplishment, Dennis?
that I'm like here, married, and fucking
period.
and fucking like out here.
That's ridiculous.
Yo, because
such a rough way to end it.
No, really, like
No, it's
that I'm married
fun.
and fucking like fucking doing this shit for myself because I didn't fucking
You didn't level up. Listen to some people leveling down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it had to like. I let myself live now. Like, you know what? Thank you to the fucking to the fact that I'm like right here doing this shit. Cause like.
Well, we gotta say thank you for being right here doing this shit, because you brought my energy so much higher up.
Yeah.
You know, I can't. Like experiencing you, and since I'm one of the main like people who's experienced like the first part of your career, but it did happen. There was a first part of his career. Let us be clear. He's done lapping you bitches. Like he's ready to take a neck. You know. Anyways, but it's someone who's like really seen like witnessed it. It's been it's been substantial. So to get to see you here and have you give us a reason to record, a reason to set the record straight. I can't think of a better fucking interview. You're so cool and interesting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the great questions that really had me ready to to think bigger, to think deeper of
I hope people know we put the D in Dolphin Boy.
We fucking put the D on our shit, bro. Like I said, yeah, like Dolphin Boy is really. I feel like there's just a point of like arrival in myself that I've like. We'll just take the space of honoring for myself that like
slayed it.
We really made it, because like even just a year ago at this time, like some of the shit that you're seeing now may not have even really been like there were vital steps that had to, but
before
it wasn't.
You could even conceive.
But also know that this was also part of like such a bigger orchestration, like.
You put nothing individual
like,
effort.
It's
not
that's why
just
it's not really about
work.
like some time frame or some shit like you don't really miss, because really, yeah, there's an order of operations that like you to your evolution. You're just doing your soul work. You're just gonna
do the work, which is why Capricorn is a great life partner, because they're just chugging through the work of it because they know what it is. So can you really argue when you're in the middle of some work? Because what if the answer is that's just the work you gotta do? Then what you gonna say? Nothing. You're gonna do nothing. You're gonna pick up that shovel and keep digging your own holes.
That is sometimes the answer. And yeah, you will.
And this is the redemption story of that. Bro, I think you need to finish this off putting on.
Yeah, you're right.
This is the one of one, the only merch that will ever exist.
Dolphin Boy fucking, actually, yeah.
We're not really gonna like be doing no like that for
this piece is a fucking Dolphin Boy exclusive fucking trip for y'all. Like
that's a founder, ladies. That's a husband. That's a king. That's a calm, humble servant of self.
Of self.
He's figuring out how to serve himself so that he can be one less person that needs a scoop full of bullshit on their plate every day from somebody else, because they can't do it themselves.
They can't do it themselves.
We love it. We love Dolphin Boy. As you know, I am the biggest fan. None of you can catch up. None of you.
She's really the...
Matter of fact, whatever. But let's just be real.
She's really the fucking...
My seat is cemented. It's in the contracts, babes. It's in the royalties, okay? So don't worry about it.
It was written,
but thank you so much. You're freaking amazing.
Thank you.
This is so good to get. We had to get this out right now.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we did.
There's nothing else really to be said.
We had to level up on it.
We had to level up on it. All right, that's enough. You see the fit? Yeah.